We had a little chat the other day, didn't we, about how we present ourselves online and like how we feel about how we look online. And it was quite interesting. So we thought that we would bring it to the podcast.
Yes. I'd noticed that when I'm posting online, I mostly will do so wearing makeup, like I'm wearing now. And there's a part of me that just doesn't feel comfortable anymore without it. And that's quite sad. And I probably should change it. But I don't know. It's like this weird thing of I want to present my best self, but also I should be comfortable in just how I am as me. Thoughts? Where are you at with it?
Well, I'm the same. I wouldn't really feel comfortable just going, well, yeah, posting something where I'm not wearing makeup. But then when I do wear makeup, I feel like it's very minimalistic or quite minimalistic. And what I'm more concerned about is what I'm wearing usually. And that is something that I feel like I also need to kind of look at it and see where that comes from and like evaluate whether I need to feel like that. Maybe I don't. Maybe that's just overthinking it, but I definitely have never felt comfortable when it's something to do with drums or something to do with work. Never felt comfortable wearing like really skimpy clothing or being overtly sexual in the way that I look. I'm not that kind of person anyway,
Yeah.
but I just have never felt because of when I was growing up playing drums and the way that it was to be a girl playing drums, I've really felt like I had to be taken seriously and professionally, and that has stuck with me the whole time. And it's still there so much. I can't get rid of it. How are you on it?
I'm similar. Yeah, because you're right. When we were learning, I feel like we both had this experience of not being taken seriously and other ladies in the industry not being taken seriously. And so to be accepted and to be viewed as them, I felt like I had to just be as tomboyish. I'm quite a tomboy anyway, in a lot of respects, but I didn't feel safe or also a desire to express any kind of feminine, outfit choices, shall we say. And yeah, I didn't. If there was a chance that anyone was looking anywhere else at me and not my playing, I would be mortified. And yet, it still happened anyway. It just did. And I had this weird thing sometimes with if I just switch back to makeup. And I think it does work for fashion as well. If I'm feeling really, really tired or if I'm having just a shitty day, sometimes I will just put on some makeup so I feel a bit more put together. And sometimes that means wearing red lipstick because red lipstick is quite bold. And sometimes I need that energy. I'm like, I need this boldness now. Let's put some red lippy on. And sometimes I forget that some people view it as more than just lipstick. I don't know if that makes sense, but I remember just being on the tube. I was wearing red lipstick because I've been wearing it in the day. And just this dude was staring, but in a really unsettling way. It was just a bit creepy. And that sucks because I'm doing something just to make me feel good. And it's not about anyone else but myself. And so if that's happening and I'm wearing red lipstick, for example, playing drums, and some people, I don't know, aren't then interested in my drumming, then that really sucks. But at the same time, I shouldn't really care what those individuals think, right?
It's such a hard one because also as drummers, musicians doing whatever, there's an element of performance, isn't there? And there have been things, I mean, when you go on stage, you often do wear makeup. You have to wear a particular outfit for whatever you're doing. And it's a strange, blurry line between performance and what you're doing, what you're wearing for the performance and what you're wearing for who you are. And yeah, like you say, other people don't understand that because they don't know that, they haven't got that as an experience for themselves. But 100% agree with you about how people look at you it is weird and it is unsettling. And I think that that's always put me off doing anything that could be viewed like I was trying to get attention for the way I was looking rather than the music I was playing. Um, but I've found that, so I don't want to be judgmental. And I also want to, I'm really glad to see that younger generations of especially girls and women on drums, that they aren't feeling the way that I did feel. Um, I'm really happy that they don't. And at the same time, the way that I've been brought up and grown with drumming means that I feel really judgmental sometimes, which I hate about myself. And it's something that I'm really trying to challenge. But I feel quite uncomfortable, firstly, with women when they're playing drums and they're posting stuff and they're not wearing many clothes because of exactly what I was just saying to you. And also like young players who are really, really made up, with lots of makeup. And I just think, oh, you don't need to do that because firstly, you're youthful and beautiful and just be who you are and do your thing and don't worry about that extra layer of stuff about what you're looking like. Um, and also it's not just for women, it also goes for men. Like if there are guys and they're playing in little vests and or without a top on and they're all about their muscles, I also find that pretty cringy. So it's not just about the way that women are looking, it is about men. But yeah, I just feel really weird about it because I don't want to be feeling or like judging anyone on any of that. And that is something that I'm really thinking about at the moment.
Yeah, I have to say, I've loved seeing more body positivity be online and just in society, one. And I I often see many women who dress exactly how they want, and I'm like, yes, I need some of that in my life. And what can be really confusing is when, like you said, if there's people drumming in a video, they're really good, but the focus can often be pulled towards their outfit or whatever. And I guess I always want to check in on them and make sure they're okay, because they should be able to express themselves any way they want, and what they are doing is just an expression of who they are, and that is totally great. But what isn't great is some people on the internet are just not safe. And I don't want to sound like an old woman, but I do have experience with it, and so I know some people can be predatory. And I worry sometimes that so many, especially the younger ones, are getting lots and lots of messages that are not okay, because there seems to be some sort of filter is removed when you're online, where people think they can just say whatever they like and send you messages. And I've definitely had messages and things like that where people are just assholes, or they just demand you to reply, or they want to impress their opinion upon you, good or bad. And so I worry for those who are perhaps attracting a lot of attention because of their drumming, but also because of how they look, that there's some big boundaries that have been stepped over there. And I don't know what to do about that. I think it's an education for the people who are messaging them, because you should be allowed to wear what you want.
Yeah, and I think like maybe I am completely overthinking this. Maybe it's because I'm now in my 40s and I just should not worry about any of it. And I want it to be a world where everyone can do whatever they want to do respectfully to other people, but that they can post whatever they want to post in to do with their music and their art, and it shouldn't matter what they look like. But I feel like also because I've got a daughter, I feel like we're not there yet. And I do really, especially with the way that everything is in the world at the moment and the men that are in power, it's just a weird time where I've been thinking a lot about this. And I read a great essay written on her Substack the other day by Jamila Jamil. It's called "Our Shit, We Let Pedophiles Decide Our Beauty Standards." And it's such a good read. It basically sums up everything that we were talking about together the other day. and just about how body positivity has totally gone out the window, and everyone wants to look really, really young. Everyone wants, or women are pressured to look like teenagers. And it's really powerful. It's made me think about a lot of stuff that's happened related to drumming. And have you read it?
No. What
Oh,
did
it's
it
so
make you
good.
think about?
Well, just this pressure to always look young, to not necessarily look well, it's this thing of like looking young and fertile, basically, which is set by men and for men. And she looks at like people behind the beauty industries and says, we're the ones that have the power for this. And actually, if we just didn't spend our money as women on products and we just were free about stuff, then that would be it. Like there's no one putting shackles on us to make us look a certain way. We can just do what we want to. And I was like, yes, that is true. But it's just that everyone needs to feel that bold and kind of go for it. So it's a change that would be really cool if society would make, couldn't it? But
Yeah, yeah. Like I saw a video yesterday, and the lady was saying exactly what you're saying. Like, what if the beauty industry or the beauty standards were all about wrinkles? Like, if you have loads of wrinkles, that is like, yeah, that is the goal because you've lived and you've experienced so many things. But it's not, and that sucks. And I also see my part in it too because it's so, I feel like we're all brainwashed. Like women can be the worst and going, oh, did you see what's her name? She didn't look very good, did she? Or whatever. Like, there's so much ingrained since you're a kid.
yeah, I think we're just not kind to each other, are we? Like generally, I try to be kind, and as I've got older, I think it's so important to let that go and not be worrying about what people are looking like, which is why I come back to the topic of feeling annoyed at myself that I have these thoughts even when I see videos of especially like young drummers, and I think, oh, you don't need to do that. And I mean, they can do what they want, but it definitely comes from that place of where I was in the industry. And so what you were saying about wrinkles, I had a friend of mine died nearly 2 years ago, and she wasn't even 40 yet. And ever since then, I've just thought, oh, I'm so lucky if I have wrinkles. It's sorry, but it's such a great thing when you have laughed and lived, and we should be proud of that. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to always have to go and cry. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep my wrinkles. Firstly, because I'm terrified of having like needles put in my face. I just would not be able to do like fillers and stuff. I don't know how people
Oh,
do that.
fuck no. No,
Oh
no.
my God.
No, you're right. And I just think I love my lines around my mouth so much because it
You've
just,
always had really cheeky little dimples ever since I've known you.
but they're just
But
getting longer.
oh, it's good. It's because you laugh so much. And that's a great thing. Like, we should be
Yeah.
proud of that. We shouldn't want to cover that up and make it all go stiff. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's bullshit. I think maybe I'm going to try and break away from it a little. Like, just,
Well,
it'd be free. It'd be freeing, I think. I think I should be able to post without makeup on because if you give a shit, if you care, like if it offends you, then you shouldn't just be following me anyway, right?
yeah, like who cares? Move on. That's what I think. Sorry, just gonna have to dab my eyes. Um,
No, but you've summed it up.
when you have posted, have you ever had comments about what you look like? Oh, not really. I mean, I hope that the
Not
people that are following
really.
you are people who wouldn't be like that. Anyway.
No, not really. But I don't often post, especially on the grid, without it a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so I haven't, to be fair. No,
Okay.
no, I had one funny comment on YouTube where the comment was, oh, And you know it's going to be bad when they start with. I don't mean to be offensive or something like that, but you've gained a lot of weight, and I was pregnant in the
Oh
video.
my God.
So I just was like, oh my God, are you serious? I'm carrying a baby. And anyway, even if I wasn't, who do you think you are commenting on my weight? This is my
Yeah.
body. It's not
I
for.
really, really like there's a thing that from when my children were little that they were taught in their kindergarten and we've kind of backed up with them at home about if there's something that someone can't change about themselves within is it 3 seconds,
Yes,
that you don't comment on it.
that's
And
so
I
good.
everyone should live by that rule. It's very
Agree.
simple. Like if you've got jam on your face, I'll tell you and you
Yeah,
can take it off. But if it's about anything else that they comment, it's just a no.
I
Yeah.
completely agree. And I just wanted to touch on something that you posted, you reposted on your stories. And I'm going to get it all wrong, but it was basically talking about when kids wear crop tops and how, why are people uncomfortable with that? And I might be getting it completely wrong, but it just struck a chord with me because I haven't really wanted my girls to wear a crop top. And the reason is because it's so fucked up. It's like I don't want them to be viewed as older. But why would they be if they're kids? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so the video was it was something that I reposted and it was a dad and he was saying he was doing a response to a guy's video. And he was saying, rather than um sexualizing young girls and saying, you shouldn't be wearing that top, why don't you turn it around and educate your boys or actually the men in your lives and say, why are you sexualizing a child, a girl, and why are you even thinking that way? She can wear whatever she wants.
Yeah,
And it's such a strange balance, I find, as a parent, because, yeah, I want my child to be able to wear whatever she wants and express herself. And, there shouldn't be any limits. She's not got something that she has to be ashamed of. At the same time, I don't want people to be looking at her in a way they shouldn't be. And I want to protect her from that.
yeah,
And that is a very strange thing to get kind of worked out. Yeah, I'm really not sure where I am with it.
yeah.
But yeah, it's something to think about, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm at with it either, but it really was a very good point. And you want your kids to be kids and for as long as humanly possible. And it's sad that others' opinions can rub off so quickly. So with Quinn, she started, when we're at swimming, she'll like cover herself up with her towel. And I kind of called her on it. I was like, what? There's no one here. And also, you don't need to cover up, you know. And she said, oh, well, people do it at school when we're on the swimming trip, the swimming day. All the girls, we're just girls in the changing room, and yet they still just cover up and are like covering themselves. And I just feel like there's nothing, I mean this with love, but there's nothing to cover because you're children. And it's almost like this behaviour is learnt, like, oh, this is what you do, you must cover up. And I don't like that. I want her to be free. Like, we should come to Germany.
Yeah, I was just going to say that is like the complete opposite of how it is
Yeah,
here. Because for me, if you go to the sauna, you're not allowed to wear a bathing suit or swimming trunks. You can only you have to sit on a towel, so you don't make contact with any of the wood in the spa. But it's really weird. So, and everyone's just so comfortable. They don't look at each other like that. So I go in and it depends. Like a few years ago, I was all right. I was quite brave and would go and sit in the sauna without a towel. But now we went the other day and I was like, right, take my towel and wrap it around me. And it's kind of, you could tell that I was like the only British one in the spa. But yeah, it's definitely learned. I mean, I think it's natural that children do go through a stage, don't they, as everything's sort of puberty's about to hit and bodies change and stuff, and they do feel a bit more sort of like they should cover up. I also have that with my children. there's a time when they're all fine, like they all, get changed in front of each other. And now they're my 9-year-old girl and my 6-year-old boy are very sort of like, oh no, don't look at me, go away, and then and
Yeah.
you're looking, no, I'm not looking, and they argue about it, and it's just starting to creep in. But yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, it's a weird one that we do sort of decide that we should be, yeah, not showing anyone. But I mean, also good.
Yeah, it's
Because
also good, but I don't know. I don't know. I think kids, kids are kids, and they should be able to be free, and it shouldn't be a thing. It
yeah,
shouldn't be
no,
like,
you're right, it shouldn't be a thing.
in theory, I think it's just a child, and there should be no weirdness.
You're right. I really wish that we didn't have to have conversations with our children about what is appropriate and not appropriate. And yeah, I feel like it's such a major topic at the moment that we need to recognize that it's not just a few people who are doing that. It's everywhere, and that is the reality of what we're facing. So yeah, don't
Yeah.
know. It's a big topic. Um, I'm going to keep posting, trying to be as authentic as I can be and as happy, just trying to make stuff the best I can make it, and feel the best I can about myself. But I'm definitely not going to be, I don't know, wearing a bikini and my lips. Sorry.
Yeah, I probably will not be wearing a bikini anytime soon. If I move to a warmer country, you never know. So I'll put a pin on that.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens.
But yeah, I might try and go a little bit more makeup free and just, who cares?
Oh.
Or try not to care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. You always look absolutely gorgeous. And even if you
You
didn't,
too.
It doesn't matter, does it? That's what.
No, I'm not posting about my face. I'm posting
No,
about
exactly.
drums. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe somehow it's kind of it has all gone the wrong way. It shouldn't. Yeah, also shouldn't be worrying about really what any of it looks like. It's about what stuff sounds like. But by nature of posting something, it is how something looks. So
Yeah,
we could talk about it for years.
yeah. Maybe we'll have a part 2.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. As always, we really and truly appreciate it. If you like this episode, please do feel free to leave us a positive review, as it will help other people find us too. Until next time, take care.